Good morning. It's July 4th, 2025, and instead of celebrating, I'm going to give you a list of suggestions for making a real difference in turbulent times. I might do more of these. These are kind of off the top of my head and onto the back of the envelope, although in this case, the front of the envelope. But and it's a list because that's how I roll. But I'm thinking too that July 4th in 1776 was also a risky and perilous time. There were a number of common people who were gathered on street corners, in taverns, on farms, in cities, trying to figure out how to get out from under the most powerful oppressor in the world. And they did it. So maybe we can learn from their example. Also, I've been thinking too that when something new needs to be born, which was the case back then, oftentimes before it is, the contractions come hard and fast and are quite painful. And what needs to happen at that point is that the mothers need to push. So let's all get behind the push. 10 suggestions for how to do that. So the first one, don't isolate. Communicate instead. Don't isolate, communicate. So be in touch with people who you feel kinship with, friends, loved ones, colleagues, whoever it is, neighbors. This is a time to be having active discussions, not a time to be isolating. That'll only make you feel worse and more disempowered. Number 2, join organizations, networks, what have you, that have values that are similar to yours. And even if there's some minor differences in how they see things or how they do things, consider joining as many as possible. And the reason for this has to do with number 3 on my list, which might be one of the more important items. Link all of these groups, think of them as hubs, link all these groups to each other. I'm always astonished at how often that gets neglected. I just came back from a trip to Northern California where I met with leaders of different kinds of mini organizations, all doing really great work in the world. And they all knew each other, and none of them, not none, but they would occasionally get together for common events. But not one of them, when I asked, are you all together on anything? Not one of them said yes. We absolutely have to have this kind of unity right now. Everybody who cares about what's happening, right? The motto of this country is supposed to be e pluribus unum, out of many one. And that brings me to my 4th suggestion, which is use differences not to bicker, but to create unity. Differences to appreciate other people, differences to find common ground, not to engage in what Freud called the narcissism of small differences, because it's killing us. So it doesn't mean putting differences aside, it means acknowledging them and working together anyway. So very important to do at this particular time. We need everybody behind what we're doing, as many people as possible. Next, vision together when you do get together with people, because you can't know what we're all supposed to be walking toward in terms of a good society, whether that means a nation or an entire planet, unless we can imagine it together. We have to have a vision of where we're going. And vision is exactly what's been lacking in so many areas of life right now. Politics, finance, you name it, education, no vision, right? And a vision has to be built from the ground up. It can't be imposed from the top down. Otherwise, we have more of the same authoritarianism, which I think is actually what we're all tired of and getting ready to be done with. Things often flare up right at the very end of their existence. So in my case, I'm doing everything on this list, by the way. In my case, I'm building a wisdom academy, an engaged wisdom academy. If you want to know why we need wisdom, read the news. We run into unwisdom all the time. It's also killing us. So I'm up to that. I've talked about this in many videos. And also, in terms of vision, if you go to my website, chalkwist.com, and look at there's a tab called Online Writings. They're all free. There's one called Let's Repair the Liberty Bell. It's got a Declaration of Interdependence in it. I just put it in, not to be followed like a, not, we have to do this. We have to be done with that psychology, just to get the discussion going. What kind of declaration do we want, right? Because it's time for one. So that brings us to 6. I think I got these out of order, but let me run through. 1, don't isolate, communicate. 2, join organizations who share your values. 3, link them together. Insist that they work together, not just this little thing over here and that little thing over here. Number 4, vision together. Imagine where we need to go. Number 5, learn from and support, we're on 5. Learn from and support those who have been oppressed for a long time, right? Some of them say, well, that would be ever since 1492. So, yeah. Hear what they have to say. It's high time we listen to them if we haven't been already. What lessons have they learned? And it's not their job to educate us, but some of them are willing to anyway. Let's hear what they have to say. Number 6, I mentioned this. So use our it bears repeating, use our differences to create unity. Number 7, this is some nuts and bolts. A lot of people are talking about this one. You need a security plan. You need a safety plan. We all do at this point. Number 8, so parallel institutions are interesting. Farmers markets started out that way because these big box grocery stores weren't doing it for a lot of people. Monopolizing prices and all the other stuff they get away with because they're not being properly regulated. So a number of farmers and other people got together and said, what if we grow the food and you eat it and you pay us for it directly, right? So that's a parallel institution. It's also been done in the arena of community justice. There's lots of examples. So when things aren't working, get together with other people and dream up a way to do them differently and leave out what isn't working. Next, so that was 8. 9, self-care. So there's a lot of self-care techniques, methods, you name it, available. Meditation, reconnecting with nature is one that I've talked and written about extensively. So have many other people. We've got all kinds of research that not only that helps, but also art and creativity help, including non-artists, drawing, sketching, making, collaging, just being creative, right? All of that is good stuff. Self-care. And most of all, self-care in terms of being around people who support you and love you and care about you. We can't do this alone. And that was 9. Number 10, seek wisdom wherever you can find it, in old teachings, in old philosophies, old mythologies, in current things that are happening, current speakers, current wisdom givers. There's lots of wisdom. There's no shortage of wisdom. It's just not being applied in the right places. So find whatever you can of it. One of the purposes of my Wisdom Academy will be to gather some of it together and suggest where to find the rest of it. And let me finish with a quotation from Albert Camus, who was both a philosopher and a resistance fighter. It kind of captures the mood of the time we live in. He wrote, "Being able to stay on that dizzying crest, that is integrity, and the rest is subterfuge." So stay tuned. I'll have more. And always remember that no one's going to save us from all of this. No politicians, no gurus, no scientists, nothing like that. We got to save ourselves if we're going to mature as a species, because we are the cavalry. Thanks.